bum, 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 ba-dum. Apple my Snapple, Apple my Snapple, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Apple my crab apple, Apple my crab apple. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And today, we're going to talk about Apple my Snapple. Now, I see some YouTubers saying that Apple's the future, bro, and it's always going to outperform the market. I mean, Warren Buffett has a massive position in it. Therefore, it must be a good buy at all times, right? Well, I entirely disagree, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I use very basic analysis tools to give me a rough shot and kind of figure out what is a company's rough intrinsic value. Now, what I'm about to do is not by any means how you actually analyze a stock in depth. This is a screener. If you look at a stock and you say, I wonder if that's expensive, you can use this tool that I'm about to use, and you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? So let's go look at Apple my Snapple. And I'm going to show you a couple things that concern me about Apple my Snapple. And they also concern me because I think the market's dumber than people give it credit for. So here's Apple's financials. Now, see, I'm sharing my screen. Yep, we're good. So the first thing I want you to notice is that Apple has had massive revenue growth. 180. Oh, damn, how far back does this go? No, I don't want to upgrade. Oh, I need to go see 2012. So from 2014, they had $182 billion. And now their trailing 12-month revenue is $386 billion. That's a lot of freaking money, okay? Now, apparently Tesla's going to have more than that in 4 or 5 years, but whatever. So you always want to look at revenue growth because you can use that to project growth out into the future. And then you can basically make an abbreviated income statement and statement of cash flows and kind of figure out what the intrinsic value of the stock is. Now, what is one thing you notice here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's zoom in just a little bit more. 2021, the year of the stimmy check, Apple's revenue increased by 33%. This is a massive company, and their revenue grew by 33%. Isn't Apple the largest company in the world by market cap? 33%. That's freaking crazy, okay? Do I think that's sustainable? No. I think that's purely the result of stimmy check, blah, blah, blah crap. And going into the future, I would not plot out Apple's revenue growth to be 33.26%. You look back at the prior year, 2020, okay, they had some growth during the lockdowns. 2019, they had negative growth. 15 in 2018. 6, -7, et cetera, et cetera. It's almost like a cycle, like, positive, negative, positive, negative. You could average it out. But going into the future, I wouldn't say Apple would have probably more than 5 or 6% revenue growth, honestly. Now, what happens to a lot of people is when they do their assumptions, they'll start with this trailing 12-month revenue. And they'll look back and they'll say, well, if you look back at last year, they grew by 33%. And then they plug in that number going into the future, which gives you a massive disparity in intrinsic value. I always use very conservative numbers because after this whole stimmy check degeneracy, it just doesn't seem likely they're going to grow that fast. I could be wrong, but that's not what I'm going to say it's going to do. Now, let's look at some other margins. Look at this. Net income growth for 2021, 64% for one of the largest company in the world, I believe, by market cap. 64%. Okay. Look at the prior years, 3%, -7, 23, 5%, -14. Do you see how 2021 might be an anomaly? Just maybe. Now, one good thing they're doing is they're buying back shares like crazy. 7%, 5%, 3%, 4, 5. Can't knock that. All right. Let's see. Free cash flow per share has been increasing every single year. That's good. Dividends. Well, their dividend growth is slowing down. Gross margin. Gross margin is roughly in the high 30s. I would not use this year, 2021, and probably not this year, 2022, because part of it's inflation, but also the stimmy checks. The stimmy checks just screwed up freaking everything, okay? Look back at the profit margin. 22, 21, 21, 22, 21, 20. Stimmy checks, 25. Trailing 12 months, 26. Which one would I use for my profit margin going into the future? The most recent year with 25%? I don't think so. Free cash flow margin, 24, 22, 24, 22, 26, 25, 27. That's decently consistent. I would use probably 23 or 24 for my projections. And let's see what other crap they have on here. Let's look at some ratios. Market cap, $2.5 trillion company. So in 2019, this is insane. In 2019, they had a $988 billion market cap. And then in the span of a couple years, they now have a $2.5 trillion market cap. Their market cap grew by 94% in 2020. Does that seem reasonable to you? Did this business grow at 94% in 2020? No, it didn't. Okay. It's freaking nuts. What do I project going into the future? It's probably going to drop down, just to be perfectly honest. Price to free cash flow increasing, getting more expensive every freaking year. Okay. Except for the current price to free cash flow because the market's kind of sold off. Every year it's getting more and more expensive. PE ratio, it's actually dropping, which isn't that bad. But if you look back in 2017, 2016, 2015, people that say Apple's PE can't drop back to there are freaking nuts, especially as the growth slows. I could entirely see Apple's PE being freaking 10, 12, 13, 100%. No doubt in my mind, because companies can't grow forever. Okay. Return on capital, very good. Return on assets, very good. Free cash flow yield, it's definitely dropped as the stocks got more expensive. Payout ratio, looks like that's a dividend payout ratio. That's definitely dropped as the freaking price has gone up. I'm telling you, this is overvalued. I don't even have to freaking plug it into a calculator, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to see what we get. So the first thing we're going to do is plug in our revenue. You like the Jeremy LaFufu right there? So let's plug in the trailing 12 months revenue. I actually really like this website. 100%. I mean, an error. There we go. All right. Current shares outstanding. How many shares are outstanding? What is that? 16 billion shares? Let me double check that. Apple shares outstanding. 16 billion. Okay. This website's pretty good. So we're going to plug this into my trusty dusty tool. And I wonder what a good price for Apple will be. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it actually was a buy right now? We'll see. All right. And this is really all you have to do to screen out a stock. Okay. I mean, if you look at this and a stock seems insanely richly valued, why would you freaking buy it? Okay. All right. Discount rate. We'll be nice. We'll say 10%. Revenue growth. I'm going to say Apple's revenue is going to grow at 6% per year. Go back and look. Look at this massive freaking increase. You don't just go from 15 to -2 to 5 to 33. Really? That was stimmy checks, okay? You can call me crazy. Oh, no, I did some DD. No, it ain't going to grow that freaking fast. Look at the quarterly revenue growth. Yeah, it's freaking slowing down. Look, it's already quarterly, year over year. It's down to 8%. I could totally see 6%. Profit margin. Let's look at the profit margin. Blah, 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 blah. So they have a pretty decent profit margin. Back in this is the freaking quarterly. Let me change this back to annual. Profit margin. Where are you? So I see 22, 21, 21, 22, 21, 20, 25 out of nowhere, 26 out of nowhere. I'm going to go with 21. I'm going to go with 20. I'll be 20. I'll be nice. I'll say 22. Free cash flow margin. Free cash flow is, we'll go with 24. We'll be nice. PE at this position. What is Apple's PE right now? What is your PE, Mr. Apple? Apple, Mr. Apple. 25. Okay. Still pretty richly valued for a company that's probably not going to be growing that fast into the future. We'll be nice and we'll give it a 14 PE. And then a price to free cash flow. What do they have here? Price to free cash flow. Where is it? Didn't I see it? Here it is. 17. Look at that. Look how freaking much it's gone up in the last couple of years. As the price to free cash flow increases, that just means you're paying more for $1 free cash flow. I would use maybe 15. It looks like it's a little bit higher than no. It's roughly the same as the PE. Yeah, we'll go with 15 to be nice. And share buybacks, we'll say they're buying back at 5% per year. So, according to this model, I would buy Apple for a 10% return between 105 and $121. Okay, what is Apple's freaking share price right now? 157. Wow. This stock needs to drop by a good 33 to 50% before I even consider freaking buying it, okay? But what you clowns are doing is you're throwing in, oh, it's 22% revenue growth. It's undervalued. Buy it, bro. And you think the PE is going to be, what, 35? It's 25. That's what it is now. 25. Oh, it's undervalued here. Guys, this company is not a freaking buy. I'm sorry. You might love Apple, my Snapple, but to be honest, when would I actually buy this stock? Let's see. Discount rate. PE at disposition. Hold on a minute. 8, 15. What? Oh, I was like, why is that so off? It's because of the revenue growth. I changed it. I was like, there's no freaking way. Okay. So I would probably buy this company below $100, like in the 80s, being perfectly honest, in my personal opinion. And if you don't think that could potentially happen where Apple gets cut in half, go look at Facebook, go look at Netflix, go look at all these other freaking stocks, okay? I'm not touching this company with a 10-foot pole. Warren Buffett probably got in at a good price. And when it drops back to that price, maybe it is a good time to buy. But right now, I ain't touching this, okay? So Apple will have you selling your butt for pennies on the dollar. So let's see. Any comments? VT is going way lower. Yeah, VT, yeah. The global stock market's going to get annihilated. I'm sticking to my oil stocks. Good luck with that. Any respectable analyst considers extreme factors and always tries to be conservative. Most analysts, I think, are freaking idiots. Let's see analyst projections. Apple stock. Isn't like tip ranks a big one? There we go. Oh, here we go. Apple's price target, $191. And the lowest price target is $161. But strong man, you're just an accountant and you don't understand growth. Analysts got their CFAs. Apple's going to be $215. I mean, maybe. But, I mean, just think about it. It's the largest company in the world. I mean, how fast can it grow going into the future? It's crazy. See, analysts are freaking losers. Where do you see Apple in 5 years? I have no idea. The only time I'm going to even look at Apple in more detail is if it drops like below $100. Then I'll be interested in looking at it, okay? I'm a buyer at 110, 120. I mean, you'll get a positive return, I think, from that, but it ain't going to be much. Idea for your Patreon. Take the S&P stocks and assign your buy value. Well, that gets me into like real financial advice. And I don't know, that's kind of risky. A lot of these people can take a lot of risks with their YouTubes. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Apple similar to Tesla. Tesla. Oh yeah. 50% revenue growth. Yeah. What's the one stock you would buy right now? I mean, you guys know what stock I like, but honestly, I personally like Chinese stocks. Other people vehemently disagree with me, and I don't think you should put a lot of money into them personally. I keep 5% of my portfolio for individual stocks. I like Chinese stocks. I am bullish on them in the long run. We may have some decimation in the short run, but I mean, my thesis is very simple. I think that country's economy is going to be the largest in the world. And I think they're going to play nice eventually because they don't want their stock market getting freaking decimated. They want our money. So at the end of the day, I say max your tax advantage accounts and buy total world index funds. And if you want to have fun with individual stocks, 5%, have fun. Brother, you're killing it on the YouTube vids. Appreciate the hard work and great content. I've been investing in this fund since I was 18, and it works. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you freaking go. It's not hard. I'd probably be a millionaire too right now if I didn't get divorced. Oh, Mr. Gangsta here. How did you become so stupid? Apple went up strong, man. You're stupid. Good analysis, bro. You proved me wrong. Baba Mayaba. Baba Mayaba. I love Baba. I love it. I'm falling in love with it. Just like Jeremy probably makes out with Buddha bowls. I sit there and look at Xi Jinping and I just rub my nipples. I love them. I recommend you stop consuming tobacco. You're probably right. You're probably right. I need to quit. VTI or VU for my Roth. I mean, just pick one. I mean, if that's what you want, if you're choosing between one or the other, just freaking pick one. I mean, look at the correlation is they're basically the same thing, okay? VTI is like VU, but a little bit of small caps. CCP can't be trusted. I had to get out my last Chinese stock for peace of mind. I think it's times like this where everybody's saying they're trash. That's where you're going to make your money in the long run. I mean, just think 20 years from now, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when China's the largest economy in the world, you think their stocks are still going to be trading at 3% of the world's market cap? I don't know. Maybe I'm freaking crazy, but we'll see. Should I get married and have kids at 22? I got 10K in the bank. I can't tell you that, buddy. I'm sorry. Strawman, they have tobacco and chemical-free dip. So if you want to be a soy boy and still enjoy your dip, I'll just quit. I quit all the time and then I start back. I haven't been dipping consistently my entire life. You won me over as a fan. I stopped watching BCAM and I stopped watching Jeremy too. Congratulations, okay? Like I said, my whole channel is about promoting index funds. Vanguard should pay me a commission. Why does Vanguard not pay me? I should be getting hundreds of thousands of dollars thrown at me because of the amount of freaking free press I give Vanguard. Man, I need to start pumping penny stocks. Man, I'm probably at that point where I could because like you just get, I'm starting to get reached out to by influencer management companies. Man, some penny stock pay me $3-4 grand. I just interview the CEO. Woo, cha-ching. But I won't do that. Strongman, are you into Neo? I'm not. Me, Kevin is bullish on Apple. Of course he is. Of course. It's Apple, bro. Just buy it. I mean, think about it from a common sense perspective. Is Apple going to grow their revenues at 33%? Let me go put that in my model. I'm going to tell you what Apple's revenue will be in 5 years if they grow at 33%. So, in 5 years, they will have $1.6 trillion of revenue. $1.6 trillion of revenue in 5 years. That's insane, okay? That's like a, what? Couple percentage of our total GDP in the United States. That's freaking nuts. Okay. But if you do 6% revenue growth, okay, Apple will have $516 billion of revenue from 386. That seems more reasonable to me. $500 billion of revenue. I could see that. Last stream was hilarious with Capital Mindset talking about Jeremy's intelligence. Meat Breath bought Tesla at 900. I don't know, man. Who said stock price has to coordinate with revenue? I don't understand your comment. The whole reason I have revenue in there is because I project the revenue, and it's basically an abbreviated income statement. In an income statement, you have the revenue, and then you have all the expenses. And at the bottom, you have net income. Well, the model basically just skips all the crap in the middle, which I guess if you want to do more due diligence, you have to like actually model out an income statement for each year going forward. But mine is just an abbreviated income statement. And I say, okay, the revenue is going to be this. The profit margin is going to be this. Therefore, my share of the earnings is going to be this, whatever it is. That's all I do. I'm in the chat late. What price do you say you buy Apple at? Low 80s. I'm not even kidding. I know Mr. Echoes is going to be mad at me. He's going to spank me later. Ooh. Meat Breath bought more Tesla at Friday now. Oh, my God, dude. Jesus freaking Christ. All right. I think I'm going to look at a couple more stocks this morning because why not? So I will see y'all in a couple minutes, maybe. Maybe.